Hey everybody. I'm just going to talk about some things that, been going on in my life, things that I've been thinking about, a little bit of introspection. School's been going good, work's been going good. It's just been very exhausting. It wears me out a lot. I had a good experience today that I wanted to share with you. I was in the middle of a massage, and as most of you know, my back's really been hurting me a lot lately, and so I've been a little miserable. I still love my classes, and I'm still been enjoying work. It's just really, really hard to do all of that when you're doubled over in pain. I was in the middle of my massage, and I had a random thought pop into my head, just a random memory from back when I was in junior high. I don't know, Mom might be the only one that would remember this story, but it was during a basketball game. I was in junior high. Our little point guard, she was a tiny little girl. She was good. She just was really small. And my little point guard decided that she was going to drive. Now remember, we're in junior high, and so her skills weren't quite up. Like, she thought she could just plow through, and she ends up trying to run past this girl who is twice her size, and literally bounces off of her, and you hear an audible oof, and she flew back a few feet and landed on the ground. The ref ended up blowing their whistle, but everybody on the court was laughing hysterically. We were all laughing so hard at the situation. The point guard was lying on the ground laughing her head off, because it was just so funny to watch, to see this happen, to see this little girl run up and try and drive down the lane and bounce off somebody else. Like, it was just like she hit a wall and and bounced. It was so funny. I almost started laughing mid-massage, and I didn't. But it just made me happy. It made my day to think about that, and I was grateful to have that experience to look back on. And so that's going to be one of my new goals, is that I'm going to make an obvious point to think about at least one thing that day that makes me happy. I actually made a sign. Let me show it to you. You can see it. This is going to hang on my door. That way I have a goal that I'm going to, even if it's a miserable day, I'm going to think of something happy that day. Something that makes me laugh, because that's what makes life worth living, to quote Dad. Those happy, joyous moments in our life, we need to remember them always. Another thing that I've been thinking about, I've been reading the book called The Last Lecture. Where do I have it? I left it in my room. Okay, I found it. It's this book right here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll work on my angles. It's got a lot of good stuff in here. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this book. The stuff that he talks about in there is some great wisdom. Two of the things that really stuck out to me that he talked about is, first he talked about brick walls, and how brick walls are there to show us to see how badly we want something and to reach our goals. And so even on days when it's hard, I remember why I chose to go back to school. It's because it's what I love, and I'm actually in the classes that I'm taking, I'm enjoying. There are days when it's hard, but then I remember why I chose it, and I work harder because it's what I want. And another thing that he talks about in there is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to try something, because you'll learn something. And like he uses that quote, experience is what we gain when we don't reach our goals. And it's true. Like, things in my life haven't always been easy, but I've learned, and I've become stronger, and I've become a better person because of it. And I shouldn't be afraid ever to take a chance, to take a risk, to try something. And I'm grateful to him for that. By the way, anyone who ever wants to read this book, I highly recommend it. That's a challenge I'm going to issue to all of you. Every day, think of something that makes you happy. It'll make your life so much better. Even on rough days, there's someone out there that still loves you. And there's always something to be grateful for. Always remember that. But those are some of my thoughts, some of the things I've been thinking about lately. I love you guys. I miss you. I think about you a lot. And yeah, see you guys later.